Good morning, people. It's Monday again, and I have something very exciting planned. We're going to do 3 rounds of Wim Hof breathing, as usual. But in the first 2 rounds of breath hold, which we'll hold for 1.5 minutes, the final 30 seconds, we're going to do a muscle constriction consecutively from toes to top. I'll talk you through it. The last round, we're going to hold the breath for 2 minutes. This is breath out, and we're going to do the constriction in the last 30 seconds. Then we're going to move on to a very, very beautiful yin vinyasa fusion. So we're going to hold some very nice yin stretches and yin poses, but we're going to flow to them with vinyasa. So we're going to have the best of both worlds today, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you do like it, please like the video, please subscribe to my channel and press the notification buttons, because obviously then you will know when the next ones are ready. Take care, people. So join me on your mat. What we're going to do in each of the breath holds for the last 30 seconds is to constrict the muscles from the toes consecutively all the way up into the head, even into the ears, pushing up into the head. But we do it literally one muscle group at a time and then keep the pressure on. And then we will hold that for 30, let that go, take our recovery breath, constrict the muscles all in one go, as we usually do for the 15 seconds, and then let go. This is round 1. In and out. Belly, chest, head, let it go. Belly, chest, head, let it go. Breathing in and out like the waves on the shore. Beautiful circular breaths. We're going to do 30 each round, and that will warm us up beautifully for this yin and vinyasa practice. And keep going. Belly, chest, head, let it go. As always, if you need to take a breath before I do, that's fine. Take the breath and continue breathing in the next round. And if you want to hold it longer, again, just do that. I actually found this quite tricky, especially the 2-minute hold. So let's just see where you are. We've got 10 breaths left together. In and out. In and out. Beautiful circular breaths, creating hermetic stress in the body and taking control of our immune systems. We've got 3 left, 2 left. And this is going to be our final breath, biggest one. And let all of the breath out, and we're going to hold it out for a full minute, and then we're going to, with the breath out, constrict the muscles. So I will cue you up when to start constricting the muscles. This is quite a tough practice, but it's also quite enjoyable. You might find that you have more benefits and effects than you would with a usual breathing practice without the constriction. I certainly saw quite a lot of light and things behind my eyes. Okay, so we've still got this breath out. I would definitely recommend doing this practice lying down, not sitting up, because you probably will go lightheaded. 5 seconds till we start our muscle constriction. Remember, keeping the breath out. Okay, start squeezing the toes, the ankles, the knees, the hips, the thighs, the stomach, up into the chest. Squeeze the arms, up into the head, into the ears. Push all of the muscles, squeeze and constrict every muscle in your body, even your jaw, all of it. And we're holding it. It's not easy, but keep going. It's only 30 seconds. It takes a lot of willpower, but you can do this. Okay, recovery breath in, and then force the muscles up again. Hold it, keep pushing. And release, amazing. And we're not going to give ourselves too long to recover. We're going to go straight into round 2. Belly, chest, head, let it go. Belly, chest, head, let it go. Keep going, waving in and out. In and out. Circular breaths, there's no gap between the in-breath and the out-breath. Really start to focus on the sensations in the body. Lean into them, intensify them. Tingling, anything you're feeling in the body, pins and needles. Really try and intensify that. This constriction practice is really quite intense. Definitely only practice it lying down. And obviously never practice Wim Hof near water. 10 more. Or when driving or operating any machinery, because there is a risk of fainting. Keep going. We've got 5 more together. Big ones. Make these the biggest yet. In and out. Belly, chest, head. Let it go. Keep going. Keep going. And let all of the air out. And we're just holding this out for 1 minute before we start the muscle constriction. So really just lie back. Focus. Go inside. Use this time to meditate and to really observe sensations in your body. I find that this constriction practice makes my heart beat faster. So I was finding my heartbeat and seeing if I could actively slow it down. Because this is all about taking control of your body and the autonomic nervous system and the immune system and all those things that previously were considered not changeable, not fixable. We've got 5 more seconds and then we're going to start our breath out constriction. Ready? Constrict the toes, the ankles, the knees, the thighs, up into the stomach, the chest, down into the hands, up into the throat, the face, even the ears, and push up into the brain. Constrict every muscle in your body now. Really squeezing everything upwards. 5 seconds left. It's not easy, but keep going. Last push. And recovery breath in and constrict again. Push the muscles up to the top of the head. Clearing and cleansing the pineal gland. Decalcifying. And release. Well done. And again, we're not going to give ourselves time to recover. We're going to go straight on to round 3. So by this stage, you should be feeling quite intense sensations in the body. We've got 30 more breaths. And the final breath hold is going to be 2 minutes. If you do need to breathe before, that's fine. It's a breath out hold, so either do that or hold a little bit in. Go with what your practice is, because as I always say, this is about you and you feeling the benefits. So do your practice the way you want to do it. Keep going. Belly, chest, head, let it go. In and out, like the waves on a shore. Ten more together. Really make these huge. Really, really now intensify the sensations. Breathe in relaxation and imagine you're sending stress out of your body, detoxifying it from all of the lactic acid, cortisol. Okay, we've got 1 more. Ready? This is our last one, biggest one yet. Let all of this air out and lie back. We're going to hold this for 1.5 minutes before we start the constriction. If you do need to breathe before, that's absolutely fine. Take your recovery breath and then just lie back and observe your body. Do a full body scan. When you hold your breath for these longer periods, it's nice to scan your body. So feel your toes. What sensations can you feel in the feet and the ankles? And work your way up to your knees and your thighs. I can often feel like an energy buzz around my body during this breath hold. And feel up into the heart. Find your heartbeat. Slow it down. Notice your head. If you've got any lights behind the eyes. You're doing really well. If you're still with me, you're doing super well, because this isn't an easy practice. Got 5 seconds before we start our constriction. And now toes, ankles, knees, thighs, hips, belly, chest, down the arms, throat, head, ears, up into the head. Tense every single muscle in the body. And this is not easy, guys. So just keep going and hold it and push it. My body was almost convulsing at this stage. I found it really tricky, but keep going. We don't have long. It's only 30 seconds. Big breath in. Hold it, force it up. This is our last one, so really make it count. Push it into the head. Hold it. And let go. Amazing. Now I just want you to lie back. Close your eyes. Take some long, deep recovery breaths through the nose. And observe what is going on, because I found this really quite a beautiful experience in terms of visuals behind my eyes. I saw lots of colours, blues, reds and greens when I closed down the eyes. And I have to say I quite enjoyed it, and I felt very, very calm and relaxed. So it is tough, but it's a nice place to be when you've gone through it and done it. So yeah, just really enjoy it and focus and go inside and enjoy the sensations. Okay, windshield the knees from side to side. So bring them almost to the floor. Using your abdominals. We're just getting a little twist and movement into the body after lying still on the floor. Okay, to the other side. And roll up to sitting. Just take a minute. We're not going to stand up just yet. Okay, when you feel ready, come to the front of your mat. I'm facing you, but you can stand at the top of your mat. Raise the hands up with an in-breath and bring the right arm forward and the left arm back and bump the hips to the front of the room. We're going to get a gentle twist. Breathe in, back to centre. Breathe out, left arm forward, right arm back. Look over the right arm and get the twist in the hips. Bring them back to centre and cactus with an out breath. Breathe in. Breathe out, cactus. Tall mountain. Then we're going to take, breathe in, the right hand in the left and lean over to the side. Get a nice side bend. Change hands. Don't fall forward with this or lean backwards. Tall mountain. And then but come into tree pose with the right leg into the thigh. And if you can, we're going to take the arms high. If you can't manage this traditional tree pose, you can keep your foot just on your ankle or below the knee or just above the knee, but never on the knee. Okay, now we're going to take it to staff pose with a straight leg. So bring the leg straight out the front, hold it as straight as you can using your quads, keep the arms up, stand up straight through the body, don't lean forwards, don't collapse backwards. And then bring the foot down. Okay, we'll do that again. So raise the arms up and bring the right arm forward, the left arm back with a twist. Breathe in, change hands, left arm forward, right arm back. Breathe in, cactus the arms, breathe out. Breathe in, tall mountain, cactus the arms, breathe out. Breathe in, tall mountain. And then we're going to take the fold over to the right, change hands over to the right, the left, issues today. And then we're going to do tree pose on the other side. So bring the foot into the thigh and the hands to heart center, and if you feel able, raise the hands above the head. Again, you don't have to bring the foot into the thigh if you can't balance, but the best thing to do is pick a spot in the room, focus on that. Keep breathing and then try and hold the pose. It's a great core strengthener. Come into staff pose. We're not leaning back. The weight stays exactly where it is for tree pose. So we're strengthening that leg and the glute and the core by holding this position. Okay. Let's do some flowing. I have to keep adjusting my mat because it moves around and I keep thinking I'm going to hit my head on the piano. So bear with me when I do that. Breathe in, raise the hands high. Breathe out, swan dive to a forward fold. And let's just find some movement in the forward fold, bending one knee and then the other. We're not forcing anything at this stage. There's no weight in the head and there's no weight in the arms. The torso is just folded over. Okay, take a twist. So bend the left knee, straighten the right and twist to the right. Gazing up at the right arm. Change hands. So bend the right knee, straighten the left. Look up to the left, gazing up at the left hands. Bring the hands back to centre, forward fold. Halfway lift. Now let's get a nice position in this halfway lift. It's a flat back position. So if to gain the flat back, you can bring your hands to your feet or your ankles. Step back into plank. Tip forward with chaturanga. Breathe out. Upward dog. Breathe in. And then flip over the toes to downward dog. Breathe out. Find your nice position in downward dog. So toes slightly in, heels slightly out, heart melting towards the floor, legs and heels working towards the floor and the legs are working towards straight. No weight in the head. And you do not collapse into those shoulders. Roll forwards into that plank. Chaturanga. Breathe out. Upward dog. Breathe in. Flip over the toes. Push back into a downward dog. Just take some breaths in downward dog, in and out through the nose. Now we're going to come to our first yin posture. So we're going to step the right foot forward to the front of the mat. I'll turn to face you. You can stay facing the top of your mat. The left knee is going to stack on top of the right. So this can either called cow face pose or shoelace pose. Sitting bones are on the floor, and we're going to take the right arm up and bind it below with the left hand, or you can take your hands to prayer position at the back or prayer position at the front, or you can take a strap to get the bind, or you can just hold your elbows together at the back. Ideally, if we can do a shoulder opener to get the stretch there as well. And let's just breathe. This, for anyone that has tight glutes and tight hips, this is an amazing stretch. And lots of people who have lower back problems, it's because of tight glutes and tight hips. So this is a really, really good way of getting into those outer thighs and glutes and just giving them a stretch that is often neglected. Sit up through the sitting bones. Sit up tall, so we're also getting into the abdomen and working all the muscles in the torso. Head straight. I close down my eyes, but you keep your head tall and not hunch up the shoulders. And we're going to change feet. So the right leg is going to come over the left. Just make sure you're sitting down on those sitting bones evenly. Get comfortable, stack those knees, and if you can, take the left hand over the shoulder and bind with the right underneath, or a strap, or take your elbows behind your back, or prayer position behind the back. If you can't keep integrity in the spine by doing this particular position with the elbow over and taking the bind underneath, then just hold the hands behind the back, or you might find that prayer position behind the back helps you keep integrity in the back, because we don't want to collapse over this. We're sitting up beautifully straight through the spine. And really feel into that strong stretch in the outer thighs and the glutes. Keep breathing. Okay, we're going to come out of that. Just spin round. On all fours, we're going to do some cat-cow. So we're starting cow, so take the head back, breathe in, and then we'll breathe out with the cat. Breathe in, cow. Breathe out, 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 cat. And then we're going to come into a heart mountain pose, puppy pose. So take the hands to the width of the mat, knees, bottom over the knees, and then just melt the heart and the face down towards the mat. And if you have comfort in your neck, then you can take your chin to the floor. But if you don't, then just put your forehead on the floor. You find if you put your chin on the floor, you just get a little bit more of a heart opener. But it's still a really, really good stretch with just the forehead on the floor. Remember to keep some weight into those knees. If you have any stress in your knees, then you can put a blanket under them rolled up. Okay, then come back into a downward dog. You just have a few pedals of those legs. Come to stillness. And then hop forward to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Breathe out. Breathe in, tall mountain. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Let's flow again. Breathe in, tall mountain. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. And we're going to jump back to chaturanga if that's in your practice. If not, step back. So breathe out, chaturanga. Breathe in, upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog. Take your right foot high, three-legged dog. And bring it to your right knee to your right hand and your left foot towards your left hand. Breathe in, take the head back, and then breathe out, fold forward. This is a pigeon pose. Again, this is really strong stretch into the glutes and the thighs. This is something that lots of people ask me about, is having a lower bad lower back. And by stretching out these glutes and thighs and hips and groin, we can really ease lower back pain. So just breathe into this pigeon pose. Enjoy the posture, enjoy the time, enjoy the stillness. Pigeon pose is a great posture for people that have a lot of very active sports and the muscles become smaller and tighter. It can really stretch them out. Okay, come up, breathe in, take the head back, little back bend, turn the left foot under, step back to plank, fold, come forward, chaturanga, breathe in, upward dog, breathe out, downward dog. Okay, we're going to take that on the other side. Left leg, three-legged dog. Bring the left knee to the left hand, the right toes towards the right hand. Breathe in, take the head back, back bend, and then fold forward with your out breath into pigeon pose. If it's too much to come all the way forwards, you can lean onto a cushion or a bolster or a block, or you can stay upright. You just get a little bit more of a stretch. And remember to don't sickle your foot. Keep your foot working, and then you won't damage the knees. This is quite tough on the knees though, so if you do find it too much, stay upright, and you can bring the foot further towards the body. It's a beautiful yin posture though, so just enjoy it. Enjoy the stretch. You'll definitely enjoy the benefits of it, having that extra length in those thigh muscles. Okay, come up with an in-breath. Take the head back. And then we're going to step back again to plank. Come forward, chaturanga, breathe out. Breathe in, upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog. Beautiful, well done. You're doing so well. Okay, look forward to the front of the mat, and we're going to jump through to the feet to either side of the hands, and we're going to come into Melasana garland pose. So I'm facing you don't need to do that. You can. What I want you to do is open the knees with the elbows, and we're bringing the hands in prayer position towards the sternum, towards the heart. Sit up through the spine, so you're not folding forward over the knees. We're trying to keep a Tadasana line in all of these practices, so a beautiful straight back. Open out those knees. If you can't get your heels onto the floor in this pose, then you can roll up a blanket or a mat and put it underneath the heels. Again, this is a brilliant groin opener, and if you have tight glutes and lower back pain, this can really, really help. And that's why it's important not to fold forwards or collapse forwards into it, but to keep the back nice and straight. And remember to use those elbows just to get a little bit more opening in the groin. And breathe. Just keep long, steady, in and out through the nose. Okay, and then step back into a downward dog. And hop to the front of the mat. Fold forward, out breath. Come up to standing, tall mountain, in breath, hands to heart center. Okay, we're going to do a variation of sun salutation B. So breathe in, chair. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, jump back chaturanga or step back. Breathe in, upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog. Bring the hands a little bit closer, and we're just going to jump through to boat pose. And we're just going to hold the boat, but we're going to work into the obliques. So take the hands into Ara Mudra and just take them either side of the legs. So we're sitting high on the sitting bones, keeping those legs raised to at least 90. And we're using our obliques and our abs just to take the hands from side to side. And keep breathing, long, deep breaths. Just getting into the abs to warm them up for the next yin posture. Okay, come to stillness and lie back. Now you can either do this posture with the hands below the bottom for support, or if you want to make it harder, keep the hands out. We're going to raise the feet about 12 inches off the mat and raise the head. And we're just going to hold it, long, deep breaths. To make it harder, just bring the hands to the side. If you do want that support, you can put the hands into the bottom and just breathe. If you stare at your big toes, you'll find that helps you focus. This isn't easy, but we're going to hold it. We hold it for about a minute. Keep going. Really use the abs. Glue the lower back to the floor and just use the abs. Okay, relax. Well done. Bring the knees into the chest and just have a rock from side to side, just to counteract that strong abdominal pose. Well done. Okay, then rock up to sitting. And we're going to rock back again and jump back to chaturanga. Upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog. Awesome. Just take some time in this downward dog to recover your breath. And then hop forward to the front of the mat. Fold forward, out breath. In breath, come up to chair. Breathe out, hands to heart center. We'll take that variation again. So breathe in. We're going to come to a chair. I got slightly confused here. Raise the hands up if you can. If not, keep them at heart center. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Jump back chaturanga if that's in your practice. Breathe in, upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog. And then we're going to take the feet half a foot step in, bring the right hand to the front of the mat and take the left hand to the right leg and take a twist, so looking under the right arm. Just going to take a little twist here. Change hands. So the right hand comes to the left leg, looking into the left arm. Do not collapse into that shoulder. Keep working it. We don't want any injuries here. It's a beautiful twist though. Very active and an inversion, so just enjoy it. Okay, and then we're going to come to our froggy pose. So take the legs wide, bring the knees and feet to 90 degrees, and then just come forward onto the elbows. The weight, though, stays over the knees. So the elbows are there to support our upper torso, but the weight of our lower torso stays over the legs. And that way we are working to get this groin open. We're opening the groins, we're opening the hip flexors, we're stretching the glutes. Again, I've chosen lots of yin postures that people request in terms of what they can do for lower back issues or sore hips or sore hamstrings. These will all help. This is a great practice for people that use the gym a lot or lift weights or play football, for all sporty people really that overwork maybe those lower muscles. Okay, and then bring the right heel to the left thigh, look over the right shoulder for a twist, and then we're just going to do a side bend. So take the right hand towards the foot. If you can't take the foot like I can, doesn't matter, just go to where you can without losing integrity in the spine. So we're not folding forward or leaning back. In other words, the integrity is that the spine stays straight. And just breathe. Okay, and then we're going to come to staff pose. So bring both feet together. Sit up tall through the mat as though you've got a broom handle going from the top of your head to the base of your spine. Take hold of your feet if you can, and then just fold forward. Don't pull your body over with your hands. There's no work in the shoulders here. You're using your torso to get the fold and the legs. Remember not to hold your breath when stretching the glutes and the hamstrings. It's a constant pranayama practice, so we're breathing constantly through the nose. Okay, bring the heels and the soles together. I'm going to come into butterfly or cobbler's pose. And you can either hold onto the ankles and push the knees open. That's a little bit uncomfortable for my shoulder. I had a shoulder injury a while ago. It's still a bit twingy. So I hold onto my feet and I use my feet to sit up tall. So sitting bones on the floor, sitting up through the spine, shoulders away from the ears, and open out those thighs. And just breathe. Breathe into this pose. Again, this is a great groin opener. And it's very, very good. If your hip is slightly out, it's really good at just repositioning hips. Okay, and then we're going to take that side stretch on the other foot. So the left foot comes into the right thigh and we look over the left shoulder. Breathe in. And then take the left hand over, keeping integrity in the spine. And if you can, reach towards the foot. And if you can't, don't worry, just go to where you can. And we're just folding over. With a side stretch, a hamstring stretch. And if you work that foot back and keep the foot working, then that will go really down into the calf muscle as well. Okay, come back to centre. And then roll onto the back. And we're going to take the feet over and come into a plough position. This is our next yin pose. So put the hands flat along the mat for support and take the feet over the head. If you can't bring the feet to the floor, you can bend the knees and bring the knees towards the shoulders. You might find that easier. I quite like this particular position because it's a nice stretch down the hams but into the calf muscles as well. And just breathe. Remember, in these strong cervical spine stretches, do not turn your head. So don't do anything funky with your head or your neck when you're in this position. Just keep it still and away from the shoulders and looking straight up or closing down the eyes. And remember to breathe. We're not holding our breath at any stage in this practice. And then vertebra by vertebra, roll back down and take a little squeeze of those knees. Rock from side to side. And we take the hands out to T or goalpost and take them over to the left. Look over the right shoulder, keeping the right shoulder glued to the mat. Getting a beautiful passive twist. I find when I'm doing practices like this, you may have noticed with Kundalini and this one, I keep my eyes closed a lot. I just find it helps me really go inside and concentrate on my breathing. Take the legs over to the other side, look over the left shoulder and keep the left shoulder glued to the mat. If you want to take your hand to your knee, the outside knee, just to get a bit more stretch, then do that too. By looking over the shoulder, the opposite shoulder, the twist then goes all the way down from the top of the head to the base of the spine. So you just get that extra bit of effort. These passive twists are very, very beautiful, but they work really well to shape the waist and also work into the abdominal muscles. Okay, squeeze those knees, bring the head to the knees. And then I want you to meet me in sitting at the front of the mat. If you can come into cross-legged or half lotus or full lotus. And we're just going to finish with alternate nostril breathing, just to balance out the practice after we did that constriction. So cover the right nostril, breathe in through the left. Cover the left, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Cover it, breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left, cover it, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right, cover it, breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left, cover it, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right, cover it, breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left, cover it, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right, cover it, breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left, cover it, breathe out through the right. And then just bring the hands either to Gyan Mudra or cup your hands into your lap. And either stay here and meditate, or you can finish with me. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the divine light within you guide your way on. From my heart to yours, Sat Nam, Namaste, Waheguru.